¿Cómo está usted? No, I'm missing that one. Hasta mañana. Neoma. I'm trying to remember the Korean. Kamsamida. As many languages I can say hello in this morning. Hola. This is my simple bread that I made. Welcome. I have a challenge for you, my friend. What is it that's causing you the most pain in your life right now? And how can you use that to help someone else? Cutting in my simple bread, my very simple bread. I'm cutting in. Maybe I should have turned this to the side. I'm cutting in my bread that I made this morning. So soft, so yummy. I'm getting a slice. It cuts so easily. It's like cutting into a biscuit. This is a simple loaf. I did this one because my favorite YouTube audience member, hi Lou, says she wants to make bread this weekend. And I wanted to give her a recipe that she could try. So earlier I made this bread. Oh, look at that. There's something about bread and butter. Hey babes, you want to be the first to really bite into it? He sounds so excited. Come on, I'll feed you. But you got to do it on camera. You okay with that? You okay, babes? I'm always bugging in with these stuff when I make them. But this is my homemade bread. Simple. What was it? A 4-ingredient bread? Let me check. Flour? No, it's not. It's more like a 6-ingredient, but it's not 6 that you can really like say super need a lot of. Okay, you gotta stand over here, babes, and face the camera. I'm swapping over to him, my friend. Yeah. Bon appetit. Thank you, Lord, for my food. Amen. You're the biggest critique when it comes to my stuff. So where's baby girl will taste and say, okay, mom, this can work. You're like, I don't like this. I don't like that. And if he says it's good, my friends, then that means it's perfect. That's a home run out of the park. Yeah. And now I'm going to cut myself a slice. Yeah, but you love it.
Good. Really good.
And guess what? This one, I did not give it any time to proof. I just made it and put it in the oven straight. So I want to flip back around. There we go. A little butter left on mine, but it's soft. It's super delicious. When it was done, I put a little bit of butter on top. That was all I did. Nothing fancy, nothing extra. You can, that video is now live.
We get it right.
He says I get it right this time. That would taste more like a sandwich bread if I had let it proof for about 20 minutes or half an hour, but I did not. But there's something about fresh homemade bread with butter that is super fantastic. And he's asking for the second slice too. Oh, you know that he's loving it. Okay. This one is mine now, okay? Because I haven't eaten today. And I was so excited about this. I said I refuse to eat something until I have my homemade bread. So hi, Lou, my friend. Miss Hi, Lou. Thank you for your friendship, your support, liking all my videos. As soon as I post a short, you're there. You give me a like, you give me a comment. I love it. So I made this bread earlier and I put the video live. I took the time. I should have been back to do what I'm going to do now, but I wanted to do this for you to say thank you. So you have a guide how to create bread, but what I'll say to you, if you want more like a sandwich tight bread, a much squishier bread, because this bread is good. But if you want it lighter than this, then let it sit and proof for about 20 minutes to half an hour. It will let your yeast um, expand your dough so that as the heat hits it, it will rise even higher than what mine did. Mm. Habib said this is good.
No, looks good.
This is good. You say it doesn't want no proof, but I wanted it like this. Mm-mm-mm. It's the same dough I did the other day, Ailu. The one I made on the stove, it's the same one.
So only one ready make.
Babe, I can make more bread. Nothing else is there. I haven't baked anything yet. It's also that this is the only bread I made. But in Jamaican style, I only one bread you make. Yes, babe. There's only one bread I make. Oh my goodness. So if you were on with me earlier yesterday, you'd have heard me talking about the satisfaction of doing things and your family and friends loving it. And this is what it's all about. I was intentional in my ingredients: flour, like a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, baking powder, coconut milk powder, and I put my starter in there, my sourdough starter. I think that's why it's a bit on the thicker side. It's the sourdough starter effect. However, I use the milk to make it rather than using just water. I didn't put any flaxseed in it, and that was it. We've gotten ourselves super yummy bread. So which means that later on today, I'm probably going to have to make another one, because this will be done by tonight or tomorrow morning, the latest. So I'll make another one that will hopefully serve through the weekend. But cheers. Happy baking. This is so tasty, so good. And I'm breaking my fast, so thank you, Lord, for my food. Amen. And you can see the bread, it's soft. Not some dry, tough, bulky bread, as Jamaican would say. This is really good, soft, filling. I mean, if you had this with nothing at all, because I'm just having butter on it, you'll be satisfied. That's how good this bread is. So check out my video. I can't link videos when I'm doing live, but check out my video. I did it last night or early this morning. Yep. You'll see it there about making bread. If you want to make bread from scratch, you can go ahead and watch that video, pause it, do what I did, and you get awesome tasting bread just like me. And the only difference, I say, let your bread proof. Because not everybody like this texture bread. This bread is more like a biscuit. It's a cross between a biscuit and a milk bread. But if you don't want it to be, it has like an undertone of sweetness, and that's from the milk. If you're not wanting that, good morning, Mr. Ernie. Hey, bro, what's up? And then you would not use milk. You just use water. Okay. Now that I've had this really awesome bread, it's time to get cracking. And so my focus now is literally on making up my cinnamon rolls. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So these were made from about about 4 o'clock this morning. Sometime after 4, it was made. But when I made it, I then went and made the spread. I'm doing a banana spread this time. And I am going to go ahead and get it rolled out. I'm seeing some crumbs on here. I'm just going to get a damp paper towel and get that out of the way. And then I start rolling out. So remember the challenge I'm giving to you. And this is coming off me going down the rabbit hole this morning after reading Matthew 6 and verse 19 to start my day. Because I usually start my day at 5, but last night, sleep took a walk. And because it took a walk, I was up. And I'm like, hey, I intended to bake. I did not bake. Now is the perfect time to do it. So that's what I did. But I'm encouraging you, my friend, to go ahead and think about it. What is it that causes you pain right now? And how can you come up with fix that in such a way that it brings solution for other people who experience the same kind of pain? So kind of like paying it forward, but through your pain point, whatever it is that is bugging you or causing the problem for you. Come up with a solution for that, but not just for your benefit. Do it in such a way that others can have improved quality of life because of what you do. That's my challenge for you today. So you might hear me repeating it as I go. That's because if it comes back to me, and then I take it that someone on with me right there and then need to hear it. So don't get tired of me saying it. But I believe that we're not just alive to satisfy our own personal dreams and desires and aspirations. This is going to get real sticky. So I'm going to go about getting me a pair of gloves. Yeah, that's what I'm about right now, because I am not wanting both my hands to get super sticky. Okay. Are there any more chatter in the live chat? No, you're all being shy today. Look at that. It's the end of the work week. And you're still feeling shy. Okay. No worries. It happens. We can't all talk at the same time now, can we? My dough overproof, and this is the problem when dough overproofs. Are you seeing it? It will stick to the paper towel. I should have used the plastic instead of the paper towel down on it. But I was so confident that I would have been back at this by 6:30 this morning. I'm like, I'll use the damn paper towel. But now I have to peel it off. Yeah, I think I got the bulk of it. I'm losing some. Maybe a quarter of a cinnamon roll. That's how much I'd be losing. And I'll just punch it down a bit. I'll do it in 2 batches just to make it easier on myself. This is a good dough. And however much I make from it, I'll be satisfied. Nice, healthy dough. Soft, very pliable. It's a very good dough. So this is my very first time doing the banana cinnamon rolls. And trusting that it will be just as fantastic as the strawberry or the apples. Okay, I will work with this. I'll just get a little bit at the side. Okay, that's a good dough. I'm gonna put some butter. And then I'll come in with the sugar. And no, I'm not doing the cinnamon spread, which would be a combination of the cinnamon, the butter, and the sugar. And the only reason why I'm not doing it, let me make sure you see the whole thing, is because there you go. It uses up way more than when I do this. And I don't like it to be overly greasy. All of my love, my passion for baking goes back to my grandma. So as you hear me and you watch me, you know, there's a special bond I share with my grandma. I always felt love, even if she never said, I love you. I could feel the love in the care and the things she did for me. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to do things with her in the kitchen and learn some skills that pushing towards 60, I can still say I remember it. And I remember it in a good way. I'm going to need to make the crumble, so I'm not putting that too far. I should have made the crumble already because I need crumble. Now I'm just grabbing a bowl real quick for the crumble. I'll put this here. Or maybe I put it on the other side. You'll be able to see it just as good. Move this out of the way. I'll put the sugar on and allow it to marinate with the cinnamon while I get my crumble made up. So for the crumble, you just need some sugar, some flour, and some butter. And I'm making excess crumble because I will put it in the freezer. Some sugar in my dough. That's what I call it. I will spread it out a little bit more. And this is the flour. So the crumble is made up of flour, sugar, and butter. And the purpose it serves is that it absorbs some of the moisture. I'm just spreading out the sugar across the dough so I don't have a super soggy log when I roll it. It gives you better control. I find that this helps me when I'm doing the fruit filling. I don't remember who I saw doing it, and I'm like, it's not like I literally saw them do it. Because I've used crumble in other things that I bake, when I saw it, I'm going, that's how they control it. The crumble will absorb. So now I'm going to put the cinnamon. And then after I do this, I let it sit while I go ahead and do the crumble. And it's doesn't necessarily want to come out right away, so I just open the spout so I get a more generous amount of cinnamon coming out. And if you watch me the other day, you'd have seen me grinding up and making a fresh batch of cinnamon because my store-bought cinnamon was exhausted. In other words, it done, it finished, gone, kaput, no more. And I'll let that sit. I'll mix together these two. And then I'll add in the butter. What I did, I put the butter to chill in the freezer when I left the dough to proof earlier because I knew I was going to come back to do this. And it works better with the cold butter than the room temperature butter. So now I will go ahead and scoop in some butter. That should be sufficient. Even if it's not, I'm not adding any more. And that's as much as I plan to put in there. So cold. You don't need as much butter. So I use 1 cup of flour, half cup of butter. Should be suffice. I use about 3/4 cups of sugar. If I find it too damp, then I can go ahead and add a little bit more flour to the mixture. That is how. Man, boy. I think I put a tad bit too much butter in. I was focusing trying to get in the cold butter out rather than paying attention to the actual amount that I took out. But it's not okay. It's a reasonable fix. I can fix that, you know. Don't you love the confidence of us Jamaicans? Yeah, just a little bit more flour and everything, and it will be all right. But I need to free up one of these gloves, and I think I'm going to give up this hand. The cinnamon is smelling so good. I'm going to put about a half a cup more. And literally about 2 tablespoons of sugar more added to it. I'm just working it in. So it's like it's like cornmeal with, it's the texture you end up with. That's what you're looking for. That of maybe say a coarse cornmeal. This is good. And whatever I have left over, I can put it in my freezer. And whenever I need, I don't have to make a fresh batch. It's already there. If you want, you could put spice in your crumble. I typically don't. Sometimes when I'm baking a cake, I might put it in if I want to highlight that particular spice, but you don't have to. Okay, so that's a good crumble now. Has a couple of lumps, which is just excess butter, but I'm not worrying about that. The bulk of it is good. So now my banana sauce that I made from scratch. Hey, thank you, Vanessa Williams -N8E. Hi, how you doing, girl? Where are you watching me from today? It does look good. Now, this is taking me way outside my comfort zone because I'm using banana. And I prepped the banana earlier. So in the stream I did earlier this morning, how many hours ago that was, the same one in which I made that delicious bread that we just tasted at the start of this live, you will find in that same stream me making up this gorgeous, and I say gorgeous, and it smells so good. When I first did it, I was pondering, how is this gonna go, because it doesn't smell so banana-y or banana-y. This Jamaican with the lift tongue not going so well this morning, the pronunciation not come, the word them just tie up on the tongue. Trust me. For somebody who don't know what this look like, they go, I've had some weird comments in here. They might say, that looks like barf. You might be just right on that, because I don't know what some barf looks like. But I've never seen a barf this color so far. Oh, I just can't believe I'm going on that rabbit hole. Anyways, all right, my sister would say, anywho, this, after it cooled, I could smell the banana flavor so strong. I was pleasantly surprised. I want to make sure I have enough to cover the center, but not go out to the edges. I did a strawberry stream the other day, me making up some strawberry cinnamon rolls. I'm going to have to release that. So I'm going to go through and put the timestamps. I find that it makes it easier for folks, because I'm like that too. I want to know what's where. Am I going to watch it? So I like to put in the chapters. So that should be good. And as I roll, it's going to expand some more. So it's going to push it out. So that's the main reason. The very first time I did berry rolls, I was so excited I spread it all over, forgetting about that factor. Whatever is in the middle pushes out as you bake. So now I'm getting my gloves back on because it's going to get super sticky really soon. And this is why I do the crumble, because it's going to cover the banana filling. If it was strawberry, I would put it over it just the same. I think I have a short video of me doing that. So it's pretty much a crumble. You crumble it and you spread it over. I think I've done a few times blueberry crumble. I did it with sourdough and I did the regular. I was just like always making blueberry crumble, it seemed, for about a month or two there. I've done it with sourdough starter. I've done it with the sourdough discard and discard. I said Discord. The kids' game is platform is in my head. And spread it out so that it's evenly covered. And this is going to give a nice hint of sweetness, a pop of sweetness, along with the bananas. So you've got flavors on top of flavors. It's a flavor explosion in the place, my friend. Yeah, no matter what, I'll never go away from my roots. And it is cinnamon rolls, so I'm topping it off with more cinnamon. Yeah. So here we go. I'm going to roll it to me. So I start at the edge and I just fold it over. And gently fold it. And I pull it and I tuck it. Because it has a filling, you don't have to stress too much about getting everything coming to you at once. And as I said to you earlier, it's going to extend. See, it's already doing that. But the reason why I tuck it, I don't want it to be sagging. I want it to give me a nice tight roll. So I find when I pull and tuck like that, it helps me to get a better roll. Ooh, Houston, we have a problem. It's coming up too much. I don't want it that much up. I guess this is way softer than the strawberries, but it should be similar to the blueberries. Yep, I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Yeah, and this is why I chose to do it in a half batches, like cut it in half, because I knew it was gonna extend. So I'd like to tuck in the ends. Now, technically, you do not have to tuck in the ends. I have some crumble. I wanted to go with the roll. Gonna get my baking tray. Now with these, if you like things like raisins or cranberries, technically you could add them in. You don't have to, but you could tuck some in amongst the fold. I'm getting my cutter. My phone be ringing, but I don't see who's calling. Which means it might be a WhatsApp call. So I'll try to get these nice, fat, juicy rounds. I think it's a WhatsApp call. It doesn't show me who's calling. And I'll cut a small one there just because. And just like that, we get nice banana rolls. So I'll put them in the tray. I'll let them proof for half an hour. Ooh, my tray just took a walk-in. Actually, I say not the tray, but rather the uh, cinnamon rolls just went gliding across there. I wanted to try to get 5 down. See if I can get 5 down. You seeing okay? Hope you're seeing what I'm doing okay. I'll get one of the smaller ones in here. And just like that, I got my first 5. I'll press this just because it's small, and so they're holding their shape pretty good. Not as well as I wanted it to, because at the end, this one decided, on one side anyway, decided it was going to go all wonky on me. So I've gotten 10 in, and I've got 2 more to go. And I've got 1 more. So I think what I'm going to do is get this smaller one up to the top up here. And get this bigger one over here. So I've gotten 12. And based on the spacing, I might be able to get I'm always trying to see if I'm getting the maximum in. So I'll see if somehow I can get 6 in a row. I doubt it because these ones are really big. Maybe if I tighten up the wrap. I don't like to fix when I have fillings because they get a bit messy. Like this one is getting now because I decided I want to try to tighten it. But that's definitely something you can do when you make your cinnamon rolls. If it's a bit loose, you can tighten the wrap. So it will proof. Don't think I'll be able to get the 6. These are on the larger size. Oh, maybe I can get 6 on this one. Yeah. And it's so soft. So as it proofs, it's gonna swell out some more. And that's fine. I'm manually moving some of the banana sauce just so I can get a neater wrap. Okay, we are good. If I saw any poking out, okay, this one has a little bit poking out, so I can try to pinch it and put it over this one that has a bare section. So I got some of the I got a little bit of the crumble moving with that just now. All the others, they seem to be adequate. So that's fine. They see how messy, and this is why I don't like to fix. When I'm doing the ones with the filling, I really don't like to do it. But if I see it looking a bit off, I will do it. So I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper over this and set it aside until I do the second batch. And then I will finish that tray. And after it proofs, just before I bake it, I'll put a bit of milk because that just makes it super, super soft. So you know how if you're familiar with like the place here in Toronto, not sure where else they are, cinema buns. When you get their cinema rolls, they're so soft. That's the quality cinema rolls you're getting when you put the extra milk on it just before they bake. So I'm covering this over. Alexa, set a 20-minute timer. And I'm going to wipe up. Now, technically, I don't have to because the dough can handle. But because it's banana and it's super mushy, I'm making sure that I wipe it off. But normally, if it was just like strawberries or apples or red coconut, I would not be cleaning up. Speaking of which, I haven't done my coconut rolls in a hot minute. I think that's the next one I'm going to do. Coconut cinnamon rolls. But no, I want to do lemon, and I want to do like individual. I want to do like jumbo, singular cinnamon rolls. Hubby took out the garbage, but he did not put back a bag. Okay, I find something I can temporarily drop my garbage in. Now I need another pair of gloves. And I'm going to do the second batch. So because I was intentional when I made the dough, I put, I don't use eggs, so I use the flaxseed as my egg replacer. I'm going to put a little bit more flour. Flour on my surface. Flaxseed is amazing. When I make black cake, the Jamaican spice bun, lemon cake, anything kind of cake, chocolate cake, pound cake, and I do the chocolate cake with the cocoa. I use the cocoa powder to make my chocolate cake. And it's that when you combine that with a bit of oil, it gives you a super rich, moist chocolate cake. So this dough is not as much as the first. The bigger half was used initially, so that's just left over. And my baby girl will not have these cinnamon rolls because, well, I shouldn't say she would not. Maybe she will try and taste it. But I know her cinnamon rolls are the plain or the coconut. What I want to try and make, what I've never made before, is a lemon cinnamon roll. So I might try to attempt and make it later. I don't know. We'll see what I'm up to. Now for the final batch of cinnamon rolls. I know I gotta make some for hubby, without a doubt. So some of this will be his, and the rest is to fill up that tray. I'm gonna make a small batch for him, and then the other batch is for community. As you can see, this is clearly a smaller piece of the dough. And you see how easy it is to work? That's because it's super moist. So I'm going to butter, sugar, cinnamon, top, and then crumble. So butter goes down first. This ensure the moisture is sealed in your cinnamon roll. There's already moisture in the dough. This is your last layer of defense or your last way of securing the moisture in your cinnamon roll is with your butter. So a lot of people, you'll see them put the butter, the cinnamon powder, and the brown sugar. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. If you don't really want to use the brown sugar, you could do like a crumble base. And that would be sufficient. And then you just put your topping on top of it and you're good to go. But I'm old school. So I do it the old school way. The way my grandma used to make it. So it's getting sugared. This is about a half cup of brown sugar I'm using. So you can see I'm not using a whole lot of sugar. And I know hubby's going to get from this batch, especially. So I'm intentionally using less sugar. Because there's a bit of sugar here as well. So you can see I used less on this second batch than I did on the first. Let's get the topping in. I'm going to start it further back this time so that as I roll, it doesn't go all the way out to the edge, as in the end of my dough or log, whichever you want to call it. It's a log when it's done. But by starting it further back, I have a wider area to move it forward. So I don't have to worry about it coming out at the end. It's lemon juice and the lemon zest that I put in this. It really elevates the flavor of the banana now that it's cooled. Trust me when I say earlier, I could barely smell the banana and I'm like, did I put too much lemon juice in this? But no. It was just the right amount. I did about a large lemon zest and a whole lemon juice. And I did 5 ripe bananas, I believe it was. So there were large ripe bananas. And now I'm putting on the crumble. And just a bit more. And the final dusting of my cinnamon. I just realized I didn't put my initial cinnamon. How could I have missed that? I was so excited to get the filling on that I completely missed that I had not put on my cinnamon. But that's okay. Making sure I get a liberal amount on here. Cinnamon roll, after all, should have lots of cinnamon. No, I'm not going to overdo it. So, want to make sure you're seeing what I'm doing. I'm going to go to this end. And I'm going to roll and tuck. Roll and tuck. And bring it forward. And you could do it from any side with your cinnamon roll. The log. If you wanted to have come down, you could have done that. But because I layered it in such a way that the banana was on this end, then the best way to roll it is this way. Because when I cut it, the banana will be right through the entire log. And you can see what I meant when I was talking about how the filling come forward. So these won't be as big as the other because I had more filling all the way. Move this down and I'm tucking in the ends, and that's a personal preference. You don't have to tuck in your ends. I personally like to eat those. I don't know if I'm going to be brave enough to try one. I probably will, just so I have the experience and can say what they taste like. But I like to eat bananas directly. There's just a little extra one in that. I'm getting back my baking tray, just clearing my debris from along the edge. That way the tray won't pick it up when I move it over here. That is good. Which side was it? Yeah, I found the empty side, and look, these are proofing up pretty awesome. Alexa, how much time left on my timer?
You have 7 minutes and 12 seconds left on your timer.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can do something a little different over this side. No, I probably should just stick to how I had it and just try to get more on it. Yep. Not everybody likes big cinnamon rolls. So this is not bad. I'm getting how many on here now? we've got 3, 6, 7, 10, 13, and then we have 16, 17, 18. I want to see if we can get 20 on here. Okay, so I think I need to do this for you to see exactly what I'm working with right now. Trying to see if I can get a couple extra in. They're poofing out. They have swollen up some more, and that's good. This was the end one, so it's easier to move it. I'm gonna move this big one down here. Can I get it? Yes, I did. Minimal damage. And just tuck it in a bit. So we're good. Got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We've got 13. That's the end. So let's have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, let's see, 19, 20. That's good. I've got the 20 in like I wanted. So now I can cover it and let it proof a little bit more. That'll be too much more because these have swollen up pretty good. Alexa, how much time left on my timer?
You have 3 minutes and 55 seconds left on your timer.
Alexa, give me 10 minutes on my timer. So the smaller ones will get at least 13 minutes of proof time. And I'm just gonna rest it to the side. I need a loaf tin so I can put hubbies. I have 4 left. I'm just gonna put them in a loaf tin and bake them. Those are the last men standing. It's not bad. Let's clean that debris. Grab a loaf tin real quick. If I can plop them in that and bake it for him. I got myself a piece of parchment paper. Yeah. Did you know that wet parchment paper will fold better? Yeah. It doesn't give you all that drama. So I wet the parchment paper and then I tuck it in easily into the loaf tin. And just like that comes a bed now. So I'm just going to go ahead and put all 4. And this is for hubby. If you're here with me earlier, you saw how much he loved the bread I made. And he can't believe I only did 1. So I'm going to need to do another one later. So just like that. You can see that? Yep. He gets his. So now I have for community and I have for hubby. I will taste it when I get to community. Unless he decides to share with me before then. But this, I can cover it with the plastic from I had over the dough earlier. And just like that, I'm done. Now, interestingly, I was asked to do banana bread. Why I end up doing banana cinnamon roll? I don't know what is wrong with me. I'm always trying to do a little bit more than what's asked of me. I'm realizing now I did not make any banana bread. Yikes. I'm gonna need to make banana bread. And I had everything prepped for the banana bread initially. I'm gonna get my debris. I'm trying to get it on here. So I'm gonna make a transition, my friends, to making up the banana bread. Oh, I forgot I could have just squished the bananas in this. Maybe that's what I'll do. One less thing to clean up. So let me just rinse this real quick. You know what? I'm gonna use back this bowl. Why not? It's pretty much the same ingredients. Okay. Good to go now. I'm gonna need butter, sugar, flour, baking powder, coconut milk, and I need to put up the extra crumble I have there. I'm doing a dry cleanup. I'm not needing this anymore. My temporary garbage bag. I'm not needing this either. Thing about being in the kitchen, you're always needing to wash your hands. All right, so fetching the. Am I gonna put in the sourdough starter in this one? I'm trying to figure it out. I don't think so. But I need a lemon. Sorry for not taking the camera with me, my friends. I thought I was gonna be quick. I don't think I'll do this. Nah, I don't think I will do any of the sourdough starter in this one. Rinsing my lemon and my zester because my zester was used this morning, but it's my human machine, aka my washing machine, that is. My daughter, she has not surfaced yet. So all my cleanup I gotta do myself. So I've got my lemon. I'm gonna put away the extra crumble. That way it's out of the way. Normally I put a label on it, but because I highly believe, I strongly believe that I'll be using it up really soon, I'm not stressing about putting the date. Plus, I'll remember today's the 21st. Not that I'm likely to remember, but I'll remember it's a Friday in August that I did it. So this I store in the freezer. You can put almost everything that you use to cook and bake with when you have excess in your freezer. And it's good for 6 months to a year, typically. Because the state doesn't change other than it gets cold. So the cold should preserve whatever it is that you have put in your freezer. I might decide to put a little crumble on top of my banana bread. So I'm not putting that away completely yet, just in case I do decide to do that. But I've packaged it up. That's the main thing. I'm grabbing my cinnamon, that's my nutmeg, Caribbean allspice, some salt. I also need to have baking powder and my coconut milk powder. I use those in my bake. I put a little bit of yeast. This is my cheating method when I'm doing heavy or dense baking. And I consider this dense baking because banana is heavy naturally. So I'm just gonna peel the bananas. And I get, yep, that one was a bit hard to get off. And that's all I'm doing with the banana. I'm gonna squish it. This one is pretty dead, as you'd call banana. But it's not dead. It just means that the nature of the banana is not as firm as it normally would be. I'll just use this. But the first banana, it still has its form pretty much. I don't like to put banana in freezer, but if you have banana, you're not going to use it within a few days, I'd say stick it in the freezer. I didn't put these in the freezer because my fridge is really cold. It's at 2 degrees. And that's within the range because it's supposed to be between 1 and 4, ideally. And 2 is on the lower side, so it keeps it really good. So this is good. Okay, I'm not ready for it yet. I'll put it over there. I want to get some sugar in the bowl. And then I'm going to get the lemon zest on it. I'll clear my banana skin debris. And you do banana bread pretty much the same way as you do any other kind of cake. You slowly build it. I gotta wash my zester. Not my zester, my juicer for my lemon. Lemon juicer. I'd used it earlier, and so still in the wash. And that's how my week has gone pretty much. There's so many little things I've had to take care of or deal with. I don't have anyone else to do it for me, so I didn't stream as often this week as I did last week. I think I was online 20 or almost 20. No, the week before was 21, 22. Last week, I think I did about 14 or 15 streams. This week, I've just done one a day. So I've not been as active this week. But I thank you, my friend, for joining me every time I come online. I really appreciate that support. So now, to start the process, I'm going to go ahead and put sugar in the bowl. And to the sugar, I'm going to add the lemon zest and the lemon juice. So this is like a cup and a half. One of those bowls heaped. It's a cup and a half. Now, when you're using brown sugar to bake, a lot of people like to say, let it be compressed, like press it down. I'm not about that life because, yes, it's not as refined as the white sugar, but it's still a sugar. Alexa, cancel. So that's my timer. I'll bring this a little closer so you can see the zest. That's going in there. But I just realized something. I didn't put on my oven, my friends. So let's get this on 350. All right, it should preheat by the time I am done. I also forgot my whisk, so I'm grabbing that as I come back in there. That's the foundation for a very good cake. So lemon zest, lemon juice, when it's added to any kind of cake, it brings out the flavor. So we'll get a richer, fuller banana flavor when the cake is done baking. That's what's so awesome about it. I did not put my flaxseed to grind and set, so I'm grinding it now. For a lemon, not lemon, for a banana bread, it's up to you how much eggs you want to use. And I say eggs, yes, because although I am plant-based and I'm not using eggs, I know that many of you, my friends, you do regular baking. So I tell you the recipe, normal recipe, and so you have the option. If you want to make it at home with your family, you do it the regular way, or you can try it the way you see Chef Twellyah doing it. That's good. Now I just need a bowl and some water. And I don't know if there's any warm water in the kitchen because I did not put it on earlier because I completely forgot that I was going to be doing. It's barely warm, so I'm going to have to cut it on. But I'm good for time because I need it to come together for me in the next few minutes, and it's perfectly fine because what will happen while I'm doing the other stuff, it will get a chance to gel. So if you don't know, flaxseed, when you use it, the flaxseed get gummy when it sits in the water, which is why it's such a great replacer for your eggs. Looking for a measuring spoon. I think I found it. Yep. And I'm making up some coconut milk cream at the same time. So both things are going to be used to make a rich and creamy banana bread. So I'll continue to zest. I think I have some rotted onions in the kitchen, my friends. I say that with a laugh because I try to cook with onions, but because of my sensitivity to onions, I don't use it a lot. I will use the green onions more because my body is more tolerant of that. We do use the purple onions when I talk about it, but I believe that in the provision basket, something went on top of it and hubby didn't see it. And I walked past early and I smelled something. And I'm like, what's that smell? And I'm thinking that it's an onion scent. And if you know, you know, nothing stinks more than rotted veggies. So now I have to go through my bin to go see what is under there. And that is part and part due because hubby just like to put things on top of things on top of things. And then he'll complain that we are wasteful. So yeah, I got good zest from this. Last of my zest. And the zest is smelling fantastic. Stirred into the sugar. And I'm going to get the water now because the kettle is now boiled. And I'll set this aside. Let that just soak in. I'm almost tempted to taste it because I know it tastes good. Alrighty. Got my water and my mixed coconut milk. And I am good. So I need the coconut milk for two things. My timer went off. That was a little bit ago. So it means then that the cinnamon rolls are ready. Let's plug this out. Flaxseed ideally should be used within half an hour of blending. Not really anything much there. I think that's the side effect of growing with grandma. You try to make sure everything, you see, because I use really warm water, it's coming together already. So that's good. That's what I want. Okay, so I'll set that to the side. I'm making room to bring my tray around so you can see me as I put the milk to the cinnamon rolls. Alrighty, I got some room. to work. So let's get the cinnamon rolls topped with the milk. And let's get a little loaf tin for hubby as well. So these are hubby's, and you can see that they are poofing. They have poofed somewhat, not fully poofed out, but they've come up pretty good. And yeah, here we go. Ah, those are excellent. So now, getting milk on hubby's first. And just a little bit at the bottom. I put too much milk the last time, which means it takes longer to bake out because the fillings caramelize at the bottom. So the goal is to get a little bit of the milk on each one. Doesn't have to be a lot, but they all need to get. And then the extra will be along the base as they bake to lock in the moisture. So the cinnamon rolls will literally, you can pull it from the center and they will come apart like that perfectly. Get a little bit in here. And it will go right through because I'm not putting excess today. I am being very conscious of the fact that the last time around I had way too much milk. So now these go in the oven. If when it's baking I see it needs a little bit more, I'm more than able to add it in. But getting this in the oven. And if you want, you could still at this point, which I'd love to do, and you don't necessarily have to, you could still do this because after all, they are cinnamon rolls. You can't have too much cinnamon. But that's something I've done over the years, and I find it just makes it taste a little better. And these first batch going into the oven, and I'm also going to put hubbies in at the same time. I'll put it to the front because the tray goes all the way back, allowing me to get it in. Alexa, set a 25-minute cinnamon roll timer.
25-minute cinnamon roll timer started.
And got just little bit of milk that fell. You can see into my bowl perfectly already. We will try to zoom in a little bit more. There we go. And now I'm gonna add everything bit by bit. So just like you would a cake, you're gonna cream in your butter. The butter goes in. I probably should have gotten a different spatula. I think I'll do that. I used a cup and a half of sugar. So I'm going to use like 3/4 cups of butter. So when you're baking, the rule of thumb is 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 1 to 1 to 1. Let's put it that way. 1 to 1 to 1 means the ratio, whatever amount of flour, the same sugar, the same butter. But over the years, I've learned you can make adjustments. So if I was using my handheld mixed electrical mixer, this would go through super fast. But no, I'm deciding to keep doing everything by hand. I gotta remember that I have that hand mixer. I don't always have the energy to do this. Because I'm using all natural ingredients. I don't need to make much effort. So the sugar screaming very well with the butter. It's been about 3 to 5 minutes in that range since I put it's just that the mixer would do it much faster, and the mechanical power would make this. So 2, that's my thing. 2 is equivalent to an egg. And see the texture change, just as if you were using eggs. See how fluffy it's getting? And I'm going to add, just like you would eggs, you add them in gradually. The same thing we do with the flaxseed. If you're doing if the recipe called for extra large eggs, you would put 3 tablespoons. And that would be an equivalent to an extra large egg. So what I have is really equivalent to 3 extra large eggs. And no, I don't measure the flaxseed, and most time I don't measure the water either. And the only reason why I know these measurements so well is because I've been doing it for many years. Every week I used to make a banana bread at least twice, and I'd be making a lemon cake, a lemon loaf every single week when I was a teenager. So it's like muscle memory. It's still warm. The longer you mix it, the fluffier it gets, but I'm just following the method now. I'm not stressing about whether or not it is the exact consistency. And the reason why your cakes, your cinnamon rolls, your muffins, your lasagnas, your soups, your stews, they are a result of one, not just your ingredients, but the methodology you use when you're putting it, constructing them. So cream, flour, sugar, butter. Sorry, sugar, butter. Then you add in, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can go ahead and add some of your whatever mixture you're doing, or the way I like to do it, which is to add a bit of flour. because it maintains the consistency that I want my dough to be or my mix to be. So this is 1 cup of flour. I'm going to use 3 cups of flour for this. Mix today. So think of this like making a pound cake, but you're adding something extra to it. I want the lemon to be added at the same time that I'm adding the banana. Ooh, did I put in that early? I thought it was at the... Ooh, I guess I did put it early and not pay attention to the temperature. Alexa, how much time left on my timer? Alexa?
You have 17 minutes and 14 seconds left.
Okay, so it's actually getting 17 minutes at the proper time. I mean temperature. I think my brain is still tired. I did not sleep last night. I've been up since, what, 9 o'clock yesterday? Yeah, something like that. So that's half of the lemon. And I'm putting in all of the banana. Some of the little chunks are there, and that's okay. It's banana bread, a real banana bread, not fake banana. And yes, there's such a thing as fake bananas. You buy it in the store, just like you get fake blueberry, fake strawberries, fake everything. But they sell it as if it's the real thing because they have a little bit of the original in there. So now I am going to go ahead and add in my vanilla flavoring. You want to put liquid with liquid. And that's quite a generous amount. And I'm going to put a little bit of the milk, not much. That was like a 1/4 cup. And stir it. Make sure everything gets good incorporation. Smells so good. Oh my goodness. One of these days, they're going to invent cameras that can transmit smell on a wide scale, or it's going to be in our phones. So when we're recording things like these and the aroma comes up, you all will see on your screen. So now I'm going to get another cup of flour in. And with this flour, I'm also wanting to, I got the banana on that, so this definitely got to go into the wash when I'm done. I want to get in there the milk powder. It makes a difference. You see, I have coconut milk, white butter. I find that it makes a big difference. And let's see, is this teaspoon or tablespoon? Half a tablespoon is the equivalent of a teaspoon. So let's, if my memory serves me right, that is. Ah, this has stuff in there. Look, the little foreigners there. Can you see that? That's in the Senang, I know. It's a good thing I'm always sifting. And I'm also going to put in my yeast. Like a teaspoon. The reason I do is because the bananas are heavy. So when it starts to bake, the banana will stay low. So I put the yeast to force the banana to expand. So that's my reason for doing that. So I've used all of those things, not needing them. I'm adding in my dry spice at this time. And this is cinnamon. I'm being overly generous. I'm also going to add in my salt. Salt does a similar thing as lemon. It makes your bacon taste better. And the key to any banana bread is having a good, generous amount of nutmeg. Oh, that smells good. Yes. I'm putting a dash of the Caribbean allspice that my girlfriend brought me last month from Jamaica. Just because I have it and it smells so good, and it will help with the final product. Okay, now I'm going to do my mix. And then the final ultra, I'm not going to use the rest of this. I'm not trying to overpower the banana. And the only reason why I'm not using the rest of it is because the aroma. Oh, this aroma, my friend. It's because I have put the zest with the sugar. And then the other layer is the actual lemon juice. Now I got my dry in, so then I'm going to get my wet. I put sufficient so that when I add the last bit of flour, it's not too dry, needing me to add more liquid. So what I learned from my mom's best friend, who's now asleep, she's gone on, is that when you're baking, you alternate between your liquid and your dry, and you end with your dry. So because I learned that from when I was a teenager, I've never stopped doing it. Each time I bake, that's my rule that I remember, and she gave it to me, and I find it works because the liquid changed the nature of your bake. That the flour is what holds it together. So when you add the liquid, after you've added your flour to the mix, it weakens the structure of your mix. And I learned that. I was like, that's cool. I don't believe I'll need any more flour, so I'm just going to gradually fold this in. So the yeast and the baking powder will help my batter to push up and expand. Yep. Now, if this wasn't going to community, your girl Chef Twellyah would have tossed some pecans or some cashews or some kind of nut in it. But in the community, you have folks who have allergies, right? So we avoid using nuts unless someone specifically asked me to do it. Outside of that, no, it's not. Not on my watch. It's not going to get it. But a little bit of extra milk, and that's okay. I'm just wiping down around my work surface so my tray can go down. And I do the mini loaves. I find that's the perfect way to bake. I've been doing my puddings like that for the past 3 weeks, I believe. And I've also been doing it with banana bread, and I find that they come out perfectly when I do that. I'm just going to get a little bit of butter to grease. Although technically I don't because it's a nonstick. However, sometimes, you know, so it's not a lot, just a little bit. Now, if you're doing it real old school, you would butter and flour. But I'm not about that today. I've been consistently doing it with just a little bit of butter, and it's been working great for me. Now, normally I would put, when I'm doing carrot or banana or those types of cakes or loaves, I would put a little oil, but I'm like, I've done so many stuff with oil this week. I decided I'm giving it a break today. So if you want, you could have technically put some of that in. You'd have put it in when you put your milk the first time. Taking a peek at the cinnamon rolls, you know, they're coming along. Whoa, whoa, they look good. Hubby cinnamon rolls are popping. When I'm done, I'll see if I can move that camera around so you can see it, my friend. They look good. Oh, I need that ladle to scoop out the batter. My daughters say I go jungle if I pour it. So I'm gonna be, or rather go savage. Is that the word that they're still using? So I'm gonna be all sophisticated and use. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. When I'm busy working, I don't necessarily see all of it, but it's so good to know that you all like my content. That's me trying to get everything out of the batter. Funnily enough, baby girl loves when I make banana bread. But she says the idea of a banana cinnamon roll? Mm-mm. No, Mom, no. Why? I don't know. So my aim is to get 2 to 3 scoops in here. But I start by doing 1 in each. It didn't take me long to do these. So if I was doing nuts, I would put nuts in now. But I just had a really bright idea. Why not put a little crumble in the middle and then on top? Hey, I have the crumble. So I'll make banana crumble loaves. So a little in the middle of each. It's been a while since I've done this. I typically do blueberry crumble. Maybe because that's what I was first introduced to, raisin and blueberry. My mom had the recipe. It was for blueberry, but my brother liked raisins, so she would always make raisin crumble. But this girl is not a big fan of raisins, so I used to always be picking out the raisins. And I'm thinking of something while I'm doing this. Will I have enough to do it? I'll see. Hubby's the one with the real sweet tooth in the family. But I've been known to like something sweet here and there. I think for me, the biggest thing is to make it, taste it, and know that it tastes the way I expected it to taste. This had a little bit less. So too did this one. So now I'm gonna do the little trick that I learned. And this is from Chef Morris. I learned this one. I learned it when I was doing vegan black cake for the very first time. The reason why we do this, any ear pockets. There goes my lamp wanting to fall over. Okay. That's perfect now. I've seen where it sunk. It went down, it went under. So what is happening for me right now, I have a beautiful layer because I have a little bit of crumble peeking out on some of them. These three. This one just at the edge. So you're getting the creaminess of the banana bread plus the little bit of crumble. Alexa, cancel. So I'm putting a light dusting over the top, not a heavy amount, just a light dusting. So this is more of a tease on the top than anything. The real crumble is hidden underneath. So yeah, sometimes you can do some little things that you're like, why did I not think about doing that before? And for those people who like raisins and such, you can stick it in. But I just thought about something a while ago while I was putting this together. And I'm like, hey, why not make some in a mug for hubby? But I need to put butter around the mug for sure. I'm thinking I already put away the butter. So I'm just retrieving it. But yeah, just like that. My banana loaves are ready, but there's no room for them in the oven right now. This oven has a smaller workspace. It's just 2 racks and it's very shallow. So as soon as I'm making for community and hubby's gonna say, where's mine? I will have one that he can have by making it in a mug. Isn't that cool? I'm just moving this away. And let's check and see about getting all this into the mug. I think that's an excellent idea. Make him a banana bread in a mug. So the same way I layered the mini loaves, I'm doing the same and giving the crumble. I think I should try to tilt to see you can see into the mug. Yeah. Just like that. And on top of that now, I'm getting some more of the batter. I'm gonna knock it down. And I'm gonna put a little bit more crumble. So he gets a double layer. And then I'm gonna try to get the rest of the batter from the bowl. It's not much. Let's shrink a little bit. You can see, it's not much left, but I'm about trying to milk it all. It's a very rich batter because the aroma is an awesome, awesome aroma. I love banana bread. I love to make banana bread. It was the only thing I used to make initially until my mom's friend introduced me to lemon loaf, and then I started making the two. I mean, I have friends today who tell me about their memories, and that lemon loaf is a big part of it for them. And I'm like, you remember that? What was it, like 2 months ago or 3 months ago? I had this lady said to me that she remember me inviting her to lunch, my friends and I inviting her for lunch. At the time we were about 18, 19, somewhere in that range. And how, I think that was how old we were. Okay, we were like college age. And she said we had a fantastic lunch spread. And she remembers the lemon loaf, the lasagna. I'm like, girl, how long is that? Over 20 years. And that's why I say, my friends, food, it's not about your ingredients. Although baking and cooking is a science, food is about emotions. We remember how people made us feel. My mom and I, we were like both like looking at her like, huh? We were like, gumshot. How you talking about something that happened like 20 odd, almost 30 years ago? It's like, yeah, I remember. I will never forget it. Oops, I almost tilted, putting too much pressure from the bowl on it. And I'm like, God be praised. Because for us, it was a simple thing because we always had lunch together on the Sabbaths. That was our thing. And apparently, it was my birthday, or close to my birthday that time when I invited her. But she said she'd never forget the warmth and the fact that she could tell me about it such a long time after. This was me expressing hospitality now. And that's how, we know what our gifts are, right? God gives us many talents. Some of us, we like to pretend we don't know what those talents are, but we know them. And for sure, one of mine is hospitality, one is baking, and the ability to let people feel welcome. And that's definitely a gift from God. And then I guess some folks would say about the baking and stuff, yeah, you have to hone it over time. True. But that initial gift, I'm licking off my fingers, I'm wiping away. Well, not fingers, just this finger that got some of the batter. Yes. Hubby's going to be happy with this. I believe so. So when you go to bake, when you go to cook, don't feel intimidated. Think about, and this was something I was sharing with Hailu last week, I think, or the week before. And Jamaican would say, your ears must have ringing on Hailu. The way Chef Twellyah chat about you today. But yeah, when you bake or cook, think of, most time we cook the things that we love because they remind us of someone or something or a particular time in history. I'd say reflect on that, think about the emotions and use that, or they'd say channel it. I don't really go with that term, but I'm like, focus on that emotion, focus on how you felt, and then think about if you want the folks who are going to be having whatever you make to have the same experience, then that is your secret sauce. That becomes your secret sauce. That's what's going to make the difference in your meal being mediocre or being a hit out of the park. Trust me when I say that. It's not a lie. It will do that for you. So I've pretty much moved all my mess. Just have a couple little things that I'm going to need to secure. I'm putting this, which is now complete, beside the rest, which is over here, covered under parchment paper and a towel. I'm making them rest while I wait on the oven. And seeing as the timer went off, I'm going to go check on what's happening in the oven, and I'm hoping that this stand will survive because it is dying a natural death. I broke it so many times. Hubby has repaired it for me, and I'm really hoping that this will survive. So my battery life is almost gone, and I'm gonna show you. See that? Those are my cinnamon rolls. Banana cinnamon rolls for the community and for hubby. Can I zoom in a little bit more? Yes. So there you go. In the oven. I'll show you hubbies first. It's doing good. The milk at the bottom, see that? It's caramelizing with the filling that's come out. And these have sufficient moisture, so I'm just turning them around. And you can see that for yourself. It's going good. It was the right amount of milk I put in. So it goes, the other side goes in first. And I've turned these around as well. And they get another 10 minutes. And then I'll allow the heat from the oven to finish the bake. So that's it. I be done with what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much. Who was in the chat with me today? Okay, so my baby girl was here. Vanessa was here. Thank you guys. Love you. It's your girl, Chef Twellyah out. Remember what I say. Eat to live rather than live to eat, so the quality of your days can be awesome. Bye for now. Have a fantastic weekend. And remember the challenge I gave you. Whatever is your pain point, look for a solution that you can use to make other people who are having the same experience, suffering while struggling with the same pain, get better, to overcome it. So be the solution for someone else today. That will give you a legacy that will withstand time. Take care. If you love what you see, if you love me, or if you want to learn more, then hit that subscribe button and I'll see you when I see you. Take care. God bless you. Bye now.